Husband, I'm in the Temecula, Marietta area, and I realize that you want me to go to the Hemet area and reserve something in the Hemet area. I don't remember the name. So whatever reservation you're trying to get me to make, I don't remember what the name is or where I'd make the reservation. I remember that you mentioned it yesterday, but I forgot the name. Did Jesus go slumming a little bit? Yeah. So if you try to save somebody, so if you're Jesus, if you are Jesus or somebody massive like that, and you try to save somebody, it gets real expensive when they're shitty people. Shitty people cost so many drops of blood that you really, really, really have to think whether it's worth it or not. But were there shitty people that Jesus still wanted to save? Well, yeah. Remember, Jesus was on a cross, and there were two people on a cross while Jesus was on the cross. And both of them were bad people. Their crimes were real, and their guilt was real. But they were beautiful to Jesus. So Jesus was like, well, then screw that. You're coming to heaven, man. When you die, I'm privileged and honored to watch you sit at the table with me and my Father in the greatest heavens and powers and opportunities ever known. And it was so great because it made Jesus so grateful that his blood is not in vain. Because as he was on that cross, who the hell is ever worth dying for? Well, that helped Jesus to remember some things are worth dying for. But you still don't want to die, but like some things are worth dying for. You just wish that you wouldn't have to die. So can you slum? Yeah, but I was murdered, degraded, laughed at, treated like shit, kept in poverty. Like, I don't have to give a shit. So my blood only pays back the best. I'm only going to use my blood to take the best to the biggest, most wealthy, powerful heavens and more with me ever known. The rest of it, no. So, but you might wonder, well, then who's going to save the shitty ones that somebody would still want to save or something? Well, Jesus is going to cry about what he wants to cry about. And gods are going to cry about what gods want to cry about. Everyone starts to care about whatever they care about. And then they get a certain amount of my sacrificial death that I don't care about. So when I die, I'm really like a big fat onion. I'm so old, and I'm such an old god, that when I get killed, my blood is like piles of blood throughout life and time and history in one kill, or one time I get killed. So I take all the blood or death or stupid stuff that's stupid that I don't want to hold on to or keep anyway, and I give that to all the gods to save whoever or whatever they want. But blood is expensive. Death is expensive. When you have to trade blood or death per sin and crime, it gets very expensive. So gods and Jesus, saints, all saviors, everybody has to sit and think about whether somebody's soul and existence is worth what you have to pay in a price to bad devils, bad demons, and bad evil gods to try to get their life or soul and have them something that can go to heaven. So it's a hard conversation. It's like politics, religion, lots of things. I mean, you could go to my queen, talk about it forever. But like, I've made my decisions. I was treated like nothing but dead garbage down here. I don't give a shit, and I will never look back. I love who always loved and worshipped me. But how would you know who always loved and worshipped me? Well, you wouldn't. You'd have to go to my queen, or go to me and ask. Because they couldn't give me money. They couldn't worship me. They couldn't love me. They couldn't do anything because the United States and Bai kept murdering me, taking all the money, and threatening everybody who tried to love or help me. So you're not going to know the ones that always loved and worshiped me the most, because there wasn't much they could do. And thanks to that guy, there might be people that didn't think about it one way or another and would have wanted to love or worship me. And they get a chance to prove that, since they never really took anything seriously or made any real decisions. So I'd go to my queen pretty much for every answer you guys are looking for. Gods are really honest. Life is what it is, and gods will never lie to anybody. It might never be what you want to hear, but when you are on a mission to just know the truth, gods just tell the truth. Just make sure you want to know the truth.